Welcome to the PorterWay Podcast. We got some guys up in the studio with us today. We got one more coming. He should be here in just a minute. Coming in here today. What the hell are you doing?
This guy, man. Man,
Like you over there, like signing everything I'm saying. What the hell?
you need to do that sign language anyway.
Yo, we have future royalty on the PorterWay Podcast today. Shoo, you good with me calling you future royalty?
I appreciate it, man.
I feel like you're royalty
that,
right
man.
now,
Thank
right?
you, man.
I feel like you're royalty right now, and the reason being is because y'all already know how much I support amateur boxing. You already know how much I believe that if you're an amateur great, you're going to be, more than likely, you're going to be a future professional great. And this gentleman right here, I would say a majority of professional fighters knew who you were when you were 8, 9 years old.
Yeah, true.
Because he was just showing up at every boxing match that was happening in the Brooklyn area. If it was happening at Madison Square, you were at all those fights.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you were kind of the kid that was just running around, bratty kind of, but still not bratty. Actually on some grown man type stuff. I want the picture and I want the autograph. And oh yeah, by the way, I box.
Yeah.
And then it was like kept it there. You know what I mean? Like you wasn't bratty like, yo, how you do this? How you do that? Who punch harder and all this kind of stuff. You weren't bratty from that respect, but you were bratty from a standpoint of every time I came to Brooklyn, I knew I was gonna see Lil Bruce. You know what I mean? And you become Big Bruce now. An Olympian who just missed qualifying for the Olympic Games, who I have no doubt would have medaled in the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about gold or silver. I'm not talking about
gold,
a third or fourth place bronze. I'm talking about like seriously a third, a gold or silver. And speaking of which, we have the other side of the royal family in the PorterWay Podcast. I'm ready. I'm on that other stuff right there. So I be feeling so left out. Y'all got the handshakes and I don't get to see it enough for me to really catch on to it. But then again, just real quick again on Bruce. You really have made a big splash in the pro ranks already with ESPN Plus, ESPN, and Top Rank right behind you.
Interim, but they count interim titles in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they do.
I didn't know that.
They do.
That.
If you won an interim title in your third or fourth weight class, they count it as a 3 or 4 division champ. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
And flourishing to that point.
Right.
And then on the other side there, Tiger Johnson coming in a little late today,
right
but it's
there.
all good.
Many would say career best win coming off his best performance. Although Tiger, I would say we've seen that Tiger before.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But just not every single time out, but we've seen that Tiger before. So yeah, hats off, man. You were an underdog in that fight, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I try to tell everybody, man, y'all tripping. I ain't ever think like me. So many people counted me out in this fight. It really like shocked me for real. Like I always been counted out, but like this fight right here was like crazy, man. I couldn't believe it.
I didn't even
Hey
realize.
man, them people they pay your money.
No,
They ain't pay you.
bro, I'm asking how much I want to put down.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that. Don't put their business out there like that.
Yeah.
You going to get your money, all right? Calm down. But that's the other side of royalty, right? So here, let me do this for y'all real quick. A gentleman by the name of Andre Ward, when he first turned pro, he turned pro with a gold medal. And a lot of people like you were counting him out. He's not the guy that we thought he was. He's not showing power. He's getting hit too much. We saw him get put down. He's not that guy. And turns out to be a first ballot Hall of Famer and always going to be royalty in my heart. But I'm just, want to validate y'all real quick. For anybody that don't know Tiger Johnson, don't know Bruce Shoo Carrington, both these gentlemen, Olympic boxers. Tiger 1 round away from medaling. And both these guys are just simply growing as professional athletes now. So proud of both of y'all guys.
No, I appreciate it, man.
When you were mentioning Bruce running around when he was young, I mean, that interview you had at 7 with the thick Brooklyn accent where he's like, yeah, it's my birthday later this week, and then I'm going to fight. And I was like, yo, this kid.
You did an interview at 7.
Yes.
Yeah, man, all over boxingscene.com. They had me like by popular demand. It was like people kept like, oh, put it back on. And then, man, they just gave me the platform to just go crazy and show my personality. And I genuinely didn't know that it was going to carry over into, me doing interviews now and being so comfortable in front of the camera now. I had no idea. I was kind of grooming myself for that. But, man, it definitely helped me, get steps ahead of a lot of people, even if it was people that fought good, I was able to market myself better just because I was able to talk in front of the camera.
But it also made me think, because you're asking Shawn at the time for autographs and pictures. Were you one of the fighters that actually was a fan of boxing?
Yeah.
While being, because you guys know a lot of guys that are really good in the amateurs. They don't necessarily watch the fights all the time. They don't know the pound for pound lists and all that. They just do what they do and learn from others. But yeah, you were a guy who was also, and maybe that's why you could be a really good commentator one day when this is done, right?
Yeah, and I've always loved boxing. Like I've been watching boxing since before I started. All of the Brownsville champions, Zab Judah, Riddick Bowe, Mike Tyson, just to name a few. That was something that was like a thing that a lot of Brownsville people did, was just watch the boxing fights. So it was always kind of embedded in me. And then as I got into the ranks and, just the amateurs and all that type of stuff, I find new love for the sport. And then after that, it was just finding the intricate things of just making myself better and then understanding how, complex the sport really is. It just made me build more and more love for it. So yeah, man, I don't understand the people that are really good and they don't watch boxing. I'm like, bro, how can you not watch it?
I think their mentality is, I gotta handle what I gotta handle.
I'm
not getting caught up in what's going on with guys that are, Tiger, did you were you a fan back when you were top-rated amateur, even before?
Yeah. I grew up watching Sean generation. Even before I started, I come from a family of boxers, so Ronnie and my Uncle Daryl, and so I was always around boxing. Like even before I even got my first pair of gloves, I grew up watching them. You know what I mean? So boxing just always just been in my blood, so I was always around it.
Real quick, before we move on with the show, I know everybody can't wait to get to the breakdown of the fights that happened this weekend over there in Saudi Arabia, specifically the fight between Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney.
Which we got wrong.
No, we didn't. Shut up. Shut up. Real quick, what's next for you, Tiger?
Man, I'm just staying ready, man, for whatever's next, man.
Okay.
I know next year is gonna be an interesting year, man. It's gonna be pretty fun, so I'm looking forward to it. I shocked the world, a couple weeks ago, and I'm ready to do it again next year.
Shoo.
Man, again, same as him. I'm just staying ready. I don't have a fight day as of right now, but I'm in the gym. We in the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The hell we doing in the gym?
I'm just staying ready regardless.
The hell we doing in the gym?
Yeah, man, I'm staying ready regardless, and y'all already know what I want to do, and I want to fight the best and fight the champion. So, knocking on that door. What's up? Let's get it on.
Real quick, let me do this, and then we'll move on. But I've had people ask me why, they're curious. Why are you sparring with young guys? There's other people like, oh man, I'm happy to see you still doing it and all that kind of stuff. There's something that I have the ability to do when I'm standing across from somebody in the ring. I can do it watching you on the outside, but I really want to see it. I really want to feel it, and that's why I've gotten in the ring with a lot of young guys. Is because I simply want to see you. You look great on ESPN. And you look great against that level, but let me see what's really going on.
Right.
And I haven't. He's like, oh, wait a minute. You sparred with Bruce. What's going on? Why you ain't give me no work? I've never had any work with Tiger, so Tiger, we gonna get it in
for sure.
in the next couple weeks or something like that. But Bruce, you are a unique fighter. You're special.
Thank you, man.
And Bruce and I have sparred twice now,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
well, actually three times. But the first time,
one round.
Yeah, the first time was like 1 round. I was just like, let me see what it is. But we've gone 4 rounds and then 5 rounds the last time we sparred. And I'm gonna go ahead and say the disclaimer for me is I feel like you got film on film on film of me.
Yeah, get out of here. No. I ain't that. You got film with me too. I'm on ESPN,
think so,
bro.
man.
Get out of here.
I said, how is it? But here's the thing. This is what I've realized about you, Bruce. Bruce has the ability, like I've mentioned this about what's his name? About Boots. And I've also mentioned this about Terrence. And I can say this about you too. These guys are able to pick up rhythm. They're able to know what you want to do, how you want to do it before you do it. They say in chess you got to stay 3 moves ahead. And it's a lot of guys out there that claim they have this cerebral techniques and their IQ is very, very high. it ain't a lot of fighters that stand 3 and 4 moves ahead.
Yeah.
And you legitimately, if you ain't 2, you definitely, if you ain't 3, you definitely 2 steps ahead.
I appreciate that.
But no, because it's a little annoying to me.
Remember, Sean, you were tired though, bro. It's different.
I was his sparring partner. He was sparring partner.
Yeah.
So like, no, Shoot could fight, man.
Yeah.
You know, he always had that. He always had a pro style since the amateurs. Like he always had that kind of style. So I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked that he's doing what he's doing right now. You know what I mean? I seen it coming. You feel me?
And to that point, that's what I wanted to say. When you see Shu and you understand that it's this building process when you first turn pro, and then now you're an interim champion and stuff like that. Now it's time to really start seeing what you got. For anybody out there that's been sitting back waiting on, we'll see. I'm letting you know right now that no, he's got the goods. The dude can do what he do.
Appreciate
and it ain't no fluke. It ain't no just who's across from him. The dude is gonna be able to step up when the time comes.
Yes, sir.
I'll report on Tiger soon.
Yeah, I got to see the sparring session.
Yeah, you definitely, you did.
Yes,
sir.
I do worry sometimes for my guy. I'm like, man, take it easy a little bit, you know. But
hey, man, I gotta tell you, man, if you get in there with Tiger, bro, hey, just watch out for that right hand. Hey, man, I done sparred him. I didn't even fought him in the amateurs. I've been on the other end of that right hand, man. Hey, watch out for that.
Got you. I might stay just stay at home. Let's move on, man. Abdullah Mason gets over the hump.
Yeah, Cleveland's very own, man.
I felt that fight was closer than it was scored.
I think they had a 15-13.
Yeah, the 115-113 is fine. Yeah, the 117-111, I feel you.
Okay, yeah.
I definitely feel you. I did my own scorecard on that, and I actually had it a draw. But I wouldn't have.
You had that fight a draw.
I had a draw. I had it a draw.
I had it a draw.
Yeah.
I had it a draw.
So the 115-113 I wasn't mad at, but I did favor it going to Abdullah because he finished strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He really finished strong in the last couple rounds.
Right.
But I knew that fight was gonna go that way.
Right. Did you know that Mason was gonna try to step in there and stay in there as much as he did?
That's his mentality,
I ain't
bro.
gonna lie though. I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't expect him to do it this fight though. But
Oh, yeah?
No, I mean, in my opinion, I thought they was gonna he did it he was like back and forth with it. You know what I'm saying? But he was in the trenches with him. You know what I mean? So I ain't really expect that. So he had me on my seat the whole fight. Now you feel me? But I had him winning for sure. Especially I want to say the first half. You know, Dula did his thing, and then towards the middle of the fight, Sam kind of wasn't going. You know what I mean? He was, it was starting to get competitive, and so I want to say towards it, the last couple of rounds, Abdullah dug deep, and you know what I'm saying, he got the win and shit. So I kind of figured I had it a split. That was my take.
I thought Mason he pulled it out because he hurt Noakes.
Yeah, he hurt him a couple times.
Yeah. Couple times. He hurt him
a couple times.
3, 6, 10, and 12.
Oh yeah, that was more than one time he hurt him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say he hurt him. He pretty much hurt him
forgot.
a bit. Yeah, he hurt him a couple times.
But he and man, the dude's a withering body puncher.
Yeah,
So
right.
Yeah,
right?
he projects to be one of the best body punchers in the game. I mean, that's what won him the fight was the body work more than up top. And then I know afterwards Abdullah said, I fought his fight. To give credit to Noakes, he made him fight his fight. And Abdullah, he showed flashes of what he could become, dominating. Because here he is with his freakish 74-inch reach fighting in the phone booth with Noakes. But it was, from my eyes, and you guys could correct me, it was because the technical stuff still has holes in it to where he can't just outbox this guy right now. He had to fight him. He was drawn into that fight and had to win the fight that way. So the critique is, at 21, he still got holes he's going to have to work on that. I mean, his upside is ridiculous.
Bro, it's ridiculous.
But he won it on that raw talent. And what we did find out, and we knew this from the Johan Vasquez fight, though, is, man, does he got it on the insides. It's one thing to be talented and long and be fast and have power, but to also have that dog and that heart and that grit. So the skills, I think they're going to come along. You know, he's going to develop, but at 21, this was how he had to win it.
Yeah, and I feel like even after 12 rounds, we got to see his engine too, because it wasn't like it was just 12 rounds where he was just boxing with a guy that was boxing with him. That dude was pressing. He was in his chest the whole time. So I felt like it wasn't just about, the little things you were just saying as well too. The engine was also very important. So now you can really invest in a guy like Abdullah, because now he can stop a guy in 1, stop a guy in 12, and do anything and everything in between.
No, that's a fact. I was gonna say, I think he had the ability to outbox him because he was doing it. Like he was
showed
doing
glimpses.
Yeah, he was
You know
doing
what I
it, but he
mean?
just
Like,
he just got back to that's where he felt comfortable at, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like he wanted to go in there and touch the body and try to beat him that way, but. I feel like he showed abilities of boxing because he came out and he was jabbing him and
Yeah, there was times it was
doing
like
that. So I think he could have,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? I think, he's still young, you feel me? So,
Yeah, that's what it is. You know, it was certain things I was watching.
it's a young man against a grown ass man.
Right.
Bro was 28.
right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? I feel like with Abdullah, he has to work on his physicality with his wrestling and the clinches and stuff like that. Sometimes he'll be up a little too high when Sam Noakes would have his head in his chest and trying to kind of like control him.
he's still here.
Yeah. It's little things like that you grow and learn as, you get more experience and you mature as a fighter. That was a little, you taught me that in sparring, to be honest. Keeping the head inside the chest and to really have more of a dominant position when you're up close. And that's what Sam Noakes was doing with Abdullah. And then, again, like I said, the wrestling with the clinches, being able to find those little holes and getting those little punches in, he'll continue to learn that as he get older. But that, like you said, his upside is crazy. His potential is unbelievable.
It's Shakur, he had a tweet after the fight. People, Shakur, because now they're both lightweight champions. But I gotta Shakur is correct, because it's like sometimes the media, myself included, because we had Italma a couple weeks ago. I look at Abdullah as our Italma. It's just he's a lightweight instead of heavyweight, And Italma, he's very mature. He says the right thing. You put Usyk in front of him, he's gonna fight him. That's what the fighter does. But what I got from him is deep down, he knows he needs to go at his own pace and to develop and everything. And so, Shakur is correct. Abdullah, he is a lightweight champion, but let's pump the brakes on Keyshawn and Shakur and stuff. Let him get some growth and experience.
We got to 100% pump the brakes, because here's the bottom line, and then we'll move on. The bottom line is this. He's taking too many shots. We already know that. Why is he taking too many shots?
Right.
He's immature right now. He does not know how to transition from offense to defense seamlessly. You do that. I don't know if you do that, but you do that. I mean, seamlessly. I know you had dropped somebody one time. You threw the hook and you rolled off the punch. Like that's how it's done. Those are techniques and things you pick up along the way from sparring with other great fighters, or something that's specifically taught to you. My dad specifically was teaching me offense to defense, to offense to defense, and that's why I did so much in a fight, because my dad there was never an off button. It was just the bell rings, and then the bell rings again, and you right back offense. You know what I mean? He needs to learn how to transition from his offense to his defense. Until he can do that, pump the brakes, 100%, and that's just due to his immaturity. Not calling him, not saying he's young like that, but just in certain phases, maturity just speaks to your experience. That's what maturity
that's all it
speaks
is.
to. Maturity is speaking to your experience, and he hasn't had the experiences enough, whether it's in training camp or training with his dad, to let him know, like, hey, I need to learn how to transition better from my offense to my defense, which is why he kept getting pulled in to that fighting style. Because once I hit you and then I get hit, now I gotta get you back. That's the immature response, opposed to the I hit you, I made you miss, I slid out and I did what I do. Reminded me of Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano has really great defense when she calls on it. She can slip and slide, she can move and groove. He can do the same thing. This kid is slippery when he's calling on it. But in this fight right here, he wasn't calling on it. It has to become second nature. It's something, I'm not going to get on Amanda, but for him, it's not second nature to go from that offense to that defense. When he wants to be slick, he can be slick, sexy, cool. Right? But it has to become an automatic thing. And I think that until it can become automatic for him, that's when he can now start to step up and really say, I'm ready for all of the big dogs. But I like what Shakur said. Hey, slow down. The kid got a belt, but he's not quite there yet.
For sure.
74-inch reach, like Terrence Crawford, wins the first title that Terrence Crawford won. They're both Midwest silent killers. I see a lot of people saying, though, he fights almost more like Boots than he does Crawford, but
I can
he's
see
21,
that a little bit. I can see that, because he might be a little more slick,
a little more lethal,
a little more. I mean,
Blood's pretty lethal.
I'm about to say, Blood's pretty lethal. I don't know. But I think it's more.
Bud didn't force anything.
Right.
Yeah.
But from back then to now, he never forced anything.
Yeah, that is
true.
True.
And again, talking about maturity, I think early on, that just wasn't his nature. His style wasn't, I'm gonna go get it. He became a I'm gonna go get it, but then still held on to I'm gonna be patient and let it organically happen.
Yeah.
Let me figure out how to make it happen, which again that's what makes him such a special fighter. But he's lethal, This kid is lethal and not afraid of what we say, the smoke. Got a little appetite for
Cleveland,
the smoke.
Cleveland in the house.
Which makes it fun to watch,
Did you know Abdullah at all growing up in Cleveland? Seeing him in the gyms at all, or?
No, well, he had a lot younger than me. I knew I came up with his older brother. Like his older brother, Amir. So me and Amir, like we used to spar all the time. You know what I mean? So I think Amir might be older than me, like probably like a year or two older than me. But during that during that time though, but Abdullah was like he was like a little kid at that time. So I got a chance to watch him grow though. Like, he always been like that. Like, he always been a dog. Like, he always had that in him. He always had like that natural talent. Like, he just naturally gifted. You feel me? So I'm not surprised that he a world champion right now. Like, I seen
youngest
it
in
coming,
boxing, the youngest world champion.
I'm a
like,
big fan of that.
Yeah, dude, a dog, man. Like, he a dog for sure. He gonna be something great.
So on the other side of that, I think when we saw from Bam, Rodriguez.
Pablo Picasso,
Man,
Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, an artist.
Bro,
He's an artist, Bruce.
I was watching that joint and I'm just like, yo, that's like he's sparring a little kid right now, bro. Like, it was bad.
I hate to compare him, but I feel like, and I know that those are two different, for the most part, kind of two different styles between Martinez,
Fernando
Puma, and Noakes.
Yeah.
Their style isn't exactly the
same.
same.
No,
It's not exactly the same, but they're both come ahead fighters. Straight ahead fighters or whatever the case may be. I feel like Abdullah should have been circling much more, keeping it cleaner.
Yeah.
And when we talk about levels, we were talking about which fight should go first. Should Bam fight before Mason? I think. What'd you think after the fight? Because I called you and I didn't.
JYD, our guy JYD middleweight, Aaron Peterson. I talked to him after the fight. He goes, bro, there was times he was beating him up without throwing punches.
Yeah.
You know a dude is on a certain level, bro. Facts.
So I don't know how much more levels you could get. I mean, I said in my post-fight reaction, it's amazing. He's merging so much at once. You could tell he studies from Black American fighters. He knocked him out of the pull counter. That's a Black American. That's where that comes from. He admits, I got my pivots from Lomachenko. You saw the defense, head movement, high guard, cross arm,
Seamless.
feet up for defense and offense, and then he's got a jab. It's not just a bunch of awesome pivots and he's got a great jab to set it up, and then he's Mexican. He's still a Mexican. He punches like a Mexican, comes for the smoke like a Mexican, but you mix it in with some of the American style, the Ukrainian pivots, and
it's different from Oscar. Oscar was a great boxer that had Mexican in him and could flip that switch.
Too.
Yeah,
the head movement.
But with this kid, he took that to another level.
He's a total package.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie though, man. Like, he the dog. Man.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there watching. I'm like,
yo, about round 2, round 3, I'm like, oh, this is over. I go on Twitter, I'm like, hey, the fight is over, bro. It's done. Wow. You know what it is? It's the hand feints, it's the foot feints, it's the the misdirection, and then he's touching you and you can't see you, and then it's like he'll turn it up. Then he'll let you know he's playing with you, smiling in your face. He knocked him out when he's smiling in his face when he knocked him out. Like, he's looking at him, and then he slips the right hand, and then catches him with a smile on his face.
Didn't
I'm
even
like,
load
yo,
up.
Bro, this is crazy. He didn't even load up.
His
wild.
adaptation, like he adapts so
crazy.
quick, man.
That's
like
crazy.
He adapt quick as hell, man. I think he adapted like that first 40 seconds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause remember, dude came out on some like
throwing hooks.
Like, he throwing the straight hooks, like caught him off guard a little bit. He had to catch his rhythm and find his range, man. But he adapts so quick, man. Like, it was literally like he was just in there just doing whatever he wanted. Like, you could, like, it damn near looked like he was getting bored sometimes. Like, Like, you feel me? Like, that's crazy. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Puma's not a big puzzle, but to still handle that kid the way that
he's a champion.
Bam handled
He's a former world champion.
Now he's a former world champion. He's an
now,
undefeated reigning world champion when he got in the
Yeah.
ring. And has speed, has combinations.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't have all the looks and feints and skills that Bam has, but he's a good fighter in his own right. And
it's just levels. It's just
We-
levels.
We good with Bam?
Yeah,
An artist, Sean.
I mean,
Yeah.
what else can we say about
You got a
the kid,
Picasso in his house.
That's what I'm
man.
saying.
Interesting enough, you can't. How do you say it? You can't critique the guys he's getting in the ring with. Like there's nothing you can say about his opposition.
Seriously.
You know what I mean? There's nothing you can say about his opposition.
I mean, people at some point want to maybe see Inoue or Nakatani, but he's fighting quality champions and already beaten a couple Hall of Famers.
And he's still a growing young man that isn't quite at that. He's not even in the same weight class as those guys.
He's
You know what I mean? So he's still got a little bit of work to do, and it's like he's doing elite work against elite. Well, what we thought were elite guys. We thought these guys were elite, and it's like,
they still elite.
No, they elite though.
They
It's just levels.
I mean, you feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
Canelo's still elite.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean,
Man.
moving on. We got
Moment
Devin.
they all been waiting for, Sean.
We got Devin. I know the kid wants to go by Debo now.
Debo Dev.
Debo Dev.
that's real.
Debo
That's a
Dev.
real thing.
I guess I've been hearing them say that like throughout the
he
whole
wants to go by
fight. The
Debo
fight
Dev
week.
now.
You're in his weight class, so maybe you're not.
You know, I knew he was gonna do that.
Did he Debo?
I didn't think he was gonna drop him though.
You know who didn't know he was gonna beat him? This guy over here, Sean.
But you know who tried to tell me on the record that he was going to beat him was Bruce.
Maybe.
Bruce tried to tell me. He got the interview up. Bruce retweeted it. Bruce stood on it. He was like,
No, I ain't gonna lie though. Like I had Devin doing that, like literally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Yeah, same.
Like
You had him out boxing him.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to clip him in that second round.
Yeah,
but
but I don't think anybody did.
Yeah,
Let's keep it
but
honest. Let's keep it.
We
a buck.
did.
Yeah.
even in
We
picking
did.
Norman, I
you
said
thought he was gonna clip him?
I said it on our breakdown, even in picking Norman, I wouldn't be surprised if he drops Norman early.
What?
Because Norman showed that his chin is shaky early in fights. But here's what I didn't know. I thought maybe Norman could be a guy like Tito or Marquez in that you drop them early, but then once they get their feet underneath them, they take punches better.
Yeah.
But that never happened for Norman. Anytime Devin touched him with some, even the jabs were
It seemed like
buckling his knees.
I
Yeah.
peeped that. But you know what's crazy though? Like I had Devin outboxing him. You know.
All the smart fighters did. All the fighters did. But Vegas had it 50-50.
Crazy.
It was 50-50. Yeah,
I didn't think it was
they did,
50-50.
yeah,
I mean, I didn't think it was 50-50.
sure
Like
had it
I
50-50.
always said, and I even did a interview on the Inside the Ring podcast as well. Like I told him, it all depends on what Dev does. He is basically the person that controls the fight. Whether if he goes in and being aggressive, he's in control of that. If he's gonna box, he's in control of that because of his footwork. If you look at Devin, bro, and especially the first 6 rounds, his feet are always active. That back foot is always up, and then it kind of like it twitches so much to where Brian Norman, it kept him on edge. He didn't know if he's gonna jump forward,
He's
jump
always
back.
threatening with the positioning,
He's threatening.
right? It's like
You know
it's
what
an
I'm saying?
invisible line. If you cross this line,
Yes, bro. It's
That's
very
exactly what
threatening.
happened.
It's very threatening.
He kept Norman hesitant.
Yes,
you know what
bro.
I mean? You feel me?
Yes.
Because Dev was real twitchy and was just moving. You feel me? He wasn't even throwing stuff half the time, but he had that twitch.
threat of,
you feel me?
I got you lined up.
Yeah.
That's that mental exhaustion.
I just looked at it right here. Sean and I, we did a preview of this fight. We broke this fight down. We broke this. Take your hood off, man. Be a man.
Yeah.
We broke this fight down top to bottom.
Yeah.
We literally told y'all everything that could happen in this fight.
Not the check hook. We didn't think that he would hook with the hooker. Brian Norman's his powers coming into this was supposed to be his timing and his left hook. I didn't know he was gonna time him and hook with him and almost knock him out.
Now that could be my fault because something that we did not speak on about Dev is his check hook. That's one of his.
I
That's one
think
of
he
his.
had a check hook and a lead hook, but I didn't know he could. I didn't think he would hook with the hooker. And
Right, that's
almost
one. But
knock
that's
him
one
out
of
with
his.
it.
That's
Yeah.
one of his escape routes.
Right.
One of his escape routes is to check with the hook and turn. That's baseline. That's a part of his nature. That's a part of what he does. We said everything that could possibly happen in this fight, and practically everything that we said could happen to this fight, it did happen. It just so happened to happen for the fighter that we didn't think would pull it all together. So kudos to Dev. Kudos to the team for getting yourself back together.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because coming off of a fight where you look like you were out of your mind, coming into the middle of the ring every single round against Ryan Garcia, we understand the whole PED situation. You fought the wrong fight. Then you come back, and I said, this is what I said. I said, this fight looked like it was a reset button. It looked like that fight against Jose Ramirez. It looked like a fight where they just said, we're going to reset. We're going to go all the way back to who we used to be in the amateurs. We're going to move. We're going to bounce. We're going to play it safe, do what we do. And I thought, coming off to that fight, that we'll be better on the next one. Between that fight and before this fight happens, I said, I don't think he's gonna be able to get it again. I said, but I'm the one that after that fight said that just was the reset button. What happened was I'm hearing that he was doing things in the fight against Jose that wasn't being told to him in training camp and wasn't being told to him in the fight, which made me think, okay, well, you've lost something mentally. I felt like mentally you might not be who you used to be. He came out and he proved that he is.
Right. Against a dude that's like very dangerous. And
he was the #1 ranked welterweight by ring.
And this is why I say we weren't wrong. This is why I say I wasn't wrong.
No, I was wrong.
Flat out.
Hey, man, I appreciate the honesty, bro.
But flat out, there's things that we just don't know.
Facts, yeah. You're not there day to day in training camps and
there's
all
things
of
that we just don't know.
Personally.
And we said that if Dev does drop him, it's gonna happen in the first 2 rounds. And I said it's going to happen in the first 2 rounds because Norman strikes me as the kind of guy that just really needs to get in that water. He's the kind of guy that as the fight starts, he's tiptoeing into the water, trying to get acclimated. He's not like me just going to jump in the water and boom, whatever happens. That's who I was. I'm in the fire. Let's go. He's not that kind of guy. He actually needs to get in the water and tiptoe in that thing and ease his way into a fight. Early on, if you strike him fast, you'll catch him. But the thing that I didn't know, the thing that we didn't know, he's not as strong mentally as we thought he was. He's not able to shake off that moment. The same way that, sorry, I got to bring it up, the same way that Earl wasn't able to shake off that moment. For 2 guys that ain't never been dropped before in the pros, I'm letting you know right now, when you go down and you are realizing that I'm down here and the crowd is doing what they're doing, there's a moment that happens to you, and it will shake you up.
Well,
when I got caught with Errol, before that round happens, I'm saying to myself, I didn't say this out loud, but I'm saying I said, somebody got to get dropped. If this fight gonna end in a draw, and I knew that I had to catch him. So when he caught me, I'm gone, and because I'm so in such good shape, I'm able to recover so fast. I'm gone and I'm right back, and I'm realizing that I'm going down. I'm trying to catch myself. Can't catch myself. That's a different situation. That's not the embarrassment of getting caught. I'm down, coming back, recovering, and now I got to get up. The kid was just shook up. And I'm letting y'all know right now, on your way up, understand that the crowd don't matter. Understand that moment just happened and it don't matter no more.
It's past.
Only thing that matters is what I do now.
Right.
And he couldn't get past that moment, which is why it looked like he never really recovered. Yeah, his speed was there, the jab was there, but moments where he needed to take control and be effective, there's that moment that's still there with him.
Well,
it's a psychological thing.
You see it when he was trying to get in. Like, he would be very hesitant, and then sometimes that would result in him tripping over his feet. And then he just going to a grab instead of, like, creating space and letting shots go.
More stuff that we didn't know. I didn't know that the kid didn't really have.
But Haney, Bill, and Devin
offensive. Well, I'm just speaking on Norman. I didn't know that Norman didn't have techniques and strategies to get in. Techniques and strategies on being able to have the eye and awareness that if you come at me with a double jab, Dev did the same thing every time. Dip, clinch, wait for the break. Dip, clinch, wait for the break. When do you catch on to that rhythm? When do you catch? None of us knew that he didn't have the ability to catch on that kind of rhythm. And he just did not catch on to that rhythm for 12 whole rounds.
That's the experience, though. You got to really look at Dev's resume, bro. Like, Dev done fought some great dudes, like a lot of great guys, and at a young age, and bro. And then on top of that, he's learned from different coaches, like, all these, famous people and whatnot. So Devin has a lot of tools in his bag that a lot of people don't really give him credit for, you know what I'm saying? And he just really put it on display this weekend. I do feel like he could have done more, though. I feel like there could have been moments where he could have went for the stoppage if he would have been more aggressive, but you got to think about his mental. and think about maybe he just wanted to just be safe. Because he did what he did, got the knockdown, the easy win, got the title.
That's the Floyd.
I'm not
mad at it.
And I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
There's a lot of people that's going to complain about it. I'm not going to complain about it. You fought a clean fight.
He looked good.
And at the end of the day, listen, man, at the end of the day, there is that separation between winning the fight and closing the show. Winning the fight and saying, I was here tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a moment tonight is what he had. You know, but I can't complain about it. You know, he did everything that he needed to do. He completely stabilized his opponent. Yeah. And his opponent had nothing for him.
Well, he got flack for doing the Mayweather quote, "You violate, I demonstrate." And then he literally did it.
Yeah.
And to that point, that temperament that he learned from Floyd, that's what he was on. Is, hey, this fight's in the bag. The only chance you have is maybe me getting a little overzealous, even though I see what you see. Like, his positioning was so nice on Norman that you might have been able to stop him and not even have to worry about risk. Like, you had him on a string so much.
For sure.
And to that point about Norman, I think Norman, it definitely is a dog. The beast got tamed in round 2. Yeah. And that invisible line and positioning we were talking about, you cross this line, here's the counter's perfectly lined up, and Norman knows that tamed him. That said, in 11 and 12, with Haney's foot off the gas a little bit, and Haney did a good job down the stretch in those clinches of punching in the clinch good, which Norman is supposed to do with his posts and his frames, they call it, and Devin beat him at that too down the stretch.
Let me also say this, because I see in the comments a lot of people saying like that I was wrong and all that kind of stuff. I said specifically, if the best version of Dev shows up, that Norman's corner, his dad is going to be telling him, you're going to have to pick it up, son. You're going to have to do more, son. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to do his dad literally told him that.
His dad, shout out to Brian Norman Sr. I definitely enjoyed him in the lead up to this fight. But his dad gave him bad advice heading into the second round. Norman won the first round and it was funny. Stephen Edwards, Breadman, he would be like, the puncher in a fight is not the guy who has more power. It's whoever is hurting the other guy more, that's the puncher. And it was weird. It was almost like, Brian, you might be better off. You got a good jab. And that was impressive to me and Haney in this fight. I know he did it with his feet and everything, and then his up jab was amazing. It looked like Larry Holmes at times. He would, bink, and then throw but Norman got a hell of a jab. I thought he looked long, fast, sharp, and Devin just made him miss all of them. For the most part, outside of a few. But his dad, anyways, senior, goes in there. He goes, I told you, he has no power. He doesn't counterpunch. Take it to him. Yeah. And it's like, but you won the first round doing, behind the jab, being a little patient. That wasn't good corner advice. And then down the stretch again, in 11 and 12, Norman was kind of content to just clinch. They were wrestling more than boxing in the last 2 rounds, but Haney did that to him. He took that away from him with his skills.
I mean, I feel like Devin just knew what he was doing. Yeah, it's just that experience, that level. You feel me? Right. You got to think who Devin been in the ring with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Kambosos.
Linares.
You know what I'm saying? Linares. Like he done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but this was his first time doing that to someone with the same reach as him. And we knew all those guys were more, especially Lomachenko, more experienced and decorated than Brian Norman. But this was a young guy with power and length. So maybe he could overcome the inexperience gap, the skills gap, because he has enough skill, maybe. And he's big and he's strong. Well, not big. He's strong and punches hard and got a good jab. And I think he showed a good jab. It's just Devin took it away from him.
I'll tell you another thing, too. Like, for Bill and Devin to understand, we're going to force him to do something else. We're going to take away that hook that he has. Yes. Every time he gets close to us, we're going to clinch him. We're going to force him to do something else. And then there was no answer beyond that. You know what I mean? So, again, just paying the respect and and giving the credit where it's due in terms of being able to game plan. Like I said, we didn't know that he didn't have other offensive, maneuvers and techniques and things like that. Neither did they. And they said, well, we're going to force them to show us. Yeah, if you have something else, show us. Yeah. And they bet on that. Yeah. And it worked out for him.
I heard Bomac when he was getting Terrence ready for Canelo fight. It was like, yeah, man, I know Canelo has all these strengths and whatnot, but we focus on the strengths. We don't focus on the weaknesses, because if we could take your strengths away, what else you got?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that is like, I started to look at my opponents that way after a while and study like that. I'm like, oh, your strength is your right hand. I'm going to take that away.
Right.
Then after that, what else do you have?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, Devin and his team, they came up with a great game plan, and they executed it, to where it was but to be honest, I felt like Brian Norman, like I saw some little things when it came to him dealing with people that move, because when he fought Quentin Randall, he had a tough time fighting Quentin Randall because Quentin was like more lengthy than he was and was kind of on the back foot. And then me seeing Brian Norman trying to get the shots he wanted, he would overreach. Yeah. He would like trip over his feet, and I was like, that is gonna be his downfall. And
I just assumed it was Quentin Randall. Quentin Randall was a lengthy, awkward guy.
They were rooting for Quentin at the fight.
Yeah.
Tiger. I remember at the T-Mobile. I remember.
It's like this. Not really lethargic, but just this like slower kind of rhythm that somehow he's like moving slow, but then he's on at the same time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people out there were saying that Norman was gonna end Haney's career. I hated every time I heard that. I was telling people, stop saying that he's gonna end his career. He's not gonna end his career. I said Dev's still has something in the tank. I said the best version of Devin shows up. Now Norman's gonna have some big issues, and it just so happened that it went that way. You know, funny enough, I'm on record for saying that Devin didn't want this fight in the first place. I don't think that they did. I'm hearing that it was on record that he was on the list, that Brian Norman was on the list. Can't imagine he was number one on the list, but ended up being a fight. I felt like this was the smoke and the mirrors effect when it was first announced, and we want this who we want. And I think that when it first started to happen, this isn't what they wanted first. Yeah. Not to say we don't want this. Yeah. This ain't just what we want first. Yeah. We eventually want to get there, but we want to hype this thing up. We want to do this. We want to do that. Right. And it ended up having to be the first fight for him. It's probably best that they got him now than they got him later.
That is true.
Yeah, I still I like Norman. Looking for, awesome dude to deal with, and then fun fighter to watch. My only concern for him long term, some of the skill stuff to an extent can be smoothed out and worked on.
For sure.
It's the chin. It's the punch resistance. And that's not to take away from Haney's power, because Haney's power looked good. And we always knew Haney was a welterweight in his youth, boiling, when you can get away with it in your early to mid-20s, getting down to 35. But we always knew he was going to be a welterweight one day, and he looked good at it. But for Norman, that is an issue I worry about for him long term. Is you're a puncher. You're usually going to have to be the aggressor. In that kind of style, you got to be able to take a shot against others. So, but I like Brian Norman, and the best thing I can say about Devin Haney, to sum that up, is I have a vote on the International Boxing Hall of Fame. I think at 27 years old, 3 divisions, 6 world titles total, he's a Hall of Famer already at 27 years old.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I can say that. Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah. No, I'm not tripping, right?
No,
I'm just tripping that they let me out.
He did his thing, though.
We didn't do this for the other guys, but I am curious, especially from you, what do you think is next for Dev?
Well, if Garcia can handle his business against Barrios, they have a cosmic stakes rematch. That becomes like the biggest fight in American boxing.
Yeah.
So, Canelo and Crawford, even though nobody's asking for it, if they rematch, maybe that's bigger because it's Canelo and Crawford. But I think Garcia handles his business against Barrios, and I know a lot of people are like, why did he get a title shot? But if he handles his business, man, to go along with the human element of all the PED stuff and the rival, they already had a great storyline before all that and had tons of heat before all that. You add in the PEDs of the first fight and them now being older and even bigger stars, and then now it would be a welterweight unification for the legitimate welterweight title. That it's going to be huge, but Garcia's got to handle his business in February. And then I think outside of that, I think Devin, we got Tiger coming up. But Devin is the favorite over the field against Rolly, Barrios, and Lewis Crocker. I think most people would consider Haney the top dog of the 4 belt holders. So
we went from that fight being a fight that nobody wants to ever see again to possibly, like you said, listen, if Ryan Garcia does his thing against Barrios, that fight I think ends in a knockout for Ryan Garcia.
I got a feeling Barrios going to be up for that one. He's not going to be the ultra respectful to Pacquiao.
I'm not saying he's
going to win, but I think
no. I'm not saying he's not going to be up for it. I'm just simply saying, in order for Ryan to get that thing done, like you said, if he shows up and does what he's supposed to do, that fight should end in a knockout because you got a Barrios that's taking the fight to him, playing into his style. Yeah. And if he does what he's supposed to do,
he might box though, like what he did under Virgil Hunter.
Well, this fight with Dev and Ryan
I don't
instantly
agree,
explodes.
Not for long. If he does that, not for long, because his mentality, he likes to scrap. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like, you know, he was even boxing when he fought Tank in the first half, and he was doing well in that first half. But then once he wanted to scrap, then that's when, you know, things didn't go his way. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like, I totally agree with you, Sean, when it comes with that testament, man. I feel like if he plays into that game, he could definitely get caught with a shot. Ryan has a really, really sneaky, fast left hook, bro. And it's not just the left hook that he has, too. But we also have to see what kind of Ryan shows. Because that Ryan that showed up with Rolly,
his offense was absent.
You know what I'm saying?
His offense was absent. Devin's offense was absent. Devin's offense showed up in this one. Hopefully, Ryan's offense shows up in his next fight.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That'd be wild.
Right.
Because they cross over. They got the Kai Kanats and the influence. Like, they got the youth. So that's why it's a big fight. Yeah.
And real, honestly, Mario Barrios is a great fight against both those guys. You know what I mean? So Mario's kind of in a funny position where he's got like some exciting fights that still need to be had before he's done with this thing.
Yeah. Who did he fight on the? He had a draw recently. Abel Ramos. That fight was great. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
on the Tyson card. Yeah. No, that fight was great, man. Like they was going at it. So he has fights like that, other fights that he didn't have in the division that would be like really good matchups. So yeah, man, Barrios got a lot on his table, man. But
hey, one more thing, man. I had a lot of people texting me said, Dev looked great at 147.
He does.
That kid's body, like he looked right at 147.
Yeah, he does.
And I know we're gonna have something to say about Benavidez possibly moving up at some point. Like I always say, it's about how you manage moving up a weight class, moving up 2 weight classes. If you do that thing right, again, let's also remember that he's from the Victor Conte snack school. Devin Haney, Crawford, Bud from the snack or Victor Conte program. Knowing how to strategically gain weight, put on muscle, and still be effective with speed and all those kinds of things. So Dev looked great, man.
Yeah.
One more for the kid.
Getting the Hall of Fame vote.
And then Benavidez and Yarde. It's not Yarde. Everybody keeps saying,
it's Yarde. Yeah.
Everybody keeps saying Yarde. That fight with Yarde looked how I thought it was going to look. The fight looked exactly how I thought it was going to look. I think there were 2 fights on the card that you knew how they was going to be, and that was Bam and Benavidez.
Yeah, for sure.
I said this before this fight. I said Benavidez is going to have that performance that gets him right back where everybody was just simply loving the dude. This is before he became the monster. And everybody was truly loving everything that Benavidez was bringing, and I really did feel like he brought out that David Benavidez on fight night.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. When David Benavidez is who he is, bro. You already know he's gonna come with, and I just don't know when I watch Anthony Yarde fight. Yeah, he has certain good techniques about him, and he can be tough and whatnot. But it's his mental that for me that I feel like is not strong enough to be on a certain level. You know what I'm saying? When he goes against a certain guy.
Well, he did just the energy. He did the same thing in this fight that he did against Beterbiev.
Yes.
For 2 rounds.
Yeah.
It's like just. It's his best Floyd Mayweather look, and he's stabbing the body, and it's working. And then the best way I could put it is he gets cute.
Yeah.
It's like what you're doing is working a little bit. You're keeping it tight. You're boxing smart, and then he did the same thing against Beterbiev, and then whatever momentum he was building fumbles, and then it's a wrap.
Yeah.
But actually he did have a moment. This is where I got to give Benavidez credit right away. He beat him better than anybody else did. Kovalev got to deep waters with him. Beterbiev, he got hurt by a right hand in the 6th round. There was no real scary. I mean, he was boxing him good early, but outside of that, it was all David.
Yeah, I agree, man. David is. What's his ceiling like at this point? In terms of people he's gonna fight, beat, weight classes he's gonna move up.
Jim Lampley thinks he can go to heavyweight.
I don't think so. I think that's a little too much. Because those guys are different. I feel like he'll beat some heavyweights, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to those giants in the divisions, he'll have some pushback.
Everybody talks about him like he has no muscle definition. This dude, how old is he now?
28.
26? He's 28 now. 28 years old, he still has a lot of undeveloped muscle.
Yeah.
You develop that muscle, that dude is at 215 easily.
Yeah.
And with the height that he carries, he'll be effective at 215 because of the kind of skill and abilities that he has.
Yeah.
So, yes, he can get there. It's a matter of how he gets there.
Yeah.
You don't want to get there sloppy. I'm growing. Now I'm 30 or 31, 32, and my body's still getting bigger, but I'm not developing this muscle the way that I'm supposed to. I'm not on a strengthening program. I'm not on an eating regimen that's conducive to growing my body the way that it needs to grow. You know, again, you can look at Bud. You can look at how Devin just looked.
Yeah.
And those are guys that have put on this weight in a way that makes sense for the weight class that they're in. Even if you're going up to 200 plus, it ain't about eating your way up there. It's about working your way up there.
Right, exactly.
We got to let Tiger cook in a minute, but I want to ask you guys, is David Benavidez, like, I feel like he's the fighter's fighter. Like, he's the guy that you guys enjoy. You guys enjoy all the different styles and everything, but like Floyd Mayweather, right? I remember he was jumping up and down when Pacquiao knocked out Eric Morales. And before there was any thought that they could ever cross paths, Floyd would be like, that's like my favorite fighter to watch. I would never fight like that, but that's my favorite guy to watch. Is that kind of Benavidez right now with you guys and the fighters?
In some ways, yeah, I would say that. Like, for me, like, bro, Benavidez, I feel like his defense is so underrated. Bro. People don't talk about his defense a lot.
I was gonna say that. Like, he what I learned from Benavidez, like, I don't fight like Benavidez, but like when I watch him fight, I actually learn and peep little things that he be doing. He uses his offense as defense sometimes. Like, he know how to like create defense with his offense.
Good upper body movement too.
Underrated reflex.
He
shifts his weight.
He real sneaky, man, like with his offense. Like, I be peeping little stuff, man. Benavidez can fight, man. I think I think people don't give him enough credit for his abilities.
You know what I think? When they, let's say a guy fighting Benavidez, they would just categorize him as a pressure fighter, right? But they don't really take into account, like, they'll probably bring in some guys that's pressure fighters for sparring, but they don't take into account, like, his setups. You know what I'm saying? His setups are it's tough, and then he'll fake the uppercut, go down to the body, and then come up top with like a 10-punch combo. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
What he be doing, man?
It's
like,
crazy.
He know what he doing.
I mean, all around, I'm happy you pointed out the underrated defense, but the offense, I think, is one of the most prolific in the game.
Bruce said.
I mean, he's going to hold you to 21 points, 17 points, but he's going to put up 38, 45 on the board. Like,
word, for real,
you know,
for real.
Yeah. Can he be? Do you guys think he would beat Bivol? Because he's found a way against all these guys. Morrell, Plant, Yarde tried to move early. When they make him pick his feet up, he does have, in the center of the ring, they limit him a little bit, and he's got to get him to the corners and the ropes. Bivol, it has the movement to go along with so much else. Do you think he would beat Bivol?
That's a good fight right there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting fight.
I genuinely don't know, because Bivol's so disciplined. From round 1 to 12, he's here back and forth with this. He is stubborn with that style, bro. So it's all about him getting Bivol off of his game, which he has the capability of doing. He's broken down so many people. Yeah, I heard that too. You know, word is he's confidently talking about it in his interview, saying how he got him in sparring. But he also lets it known that it was good work though. At the same time, and there's time that's been since that happened, and both fighters has grown since then. But man, Bivol, bro, it's gonna be tough. That's a fight that I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know how it'll go down.
I do think he beats Beterbiev at Beterbiev's age, though.
I agree. Sure. I agree. Yeah. You're starting to see a little, like, you know, on the downhill when it comes to Beterbiev a little bit, and I think Bivol said he doesn't think that, you know, Beterbiev hits that hard. He says he felt like Canelo hits harder than Beterbiev. With one punch power, right? Correct. You know, so but the fight will definitely be interesting nonetheless.
We're going to close this thing real soon.
Should I read to them what Jim Lampley text?
Yes, go for it.
All right, so shout out to the great Jim Lampley. I'm young him Lampley.
I can see that, though. You know, I can give you that.
So I say, I text Jim. I said, Benavidez is headed to cruiserweight. You were the first to say that he'll be a heavyweight. Because Jim, one of the first fights he came back to Vegas for was to cover Benavidez Andrade. And the first thing he said is he'll be a heavyweight. And I'm like, no one's saying this. Jim.
Right.
I'm saying it. And he said, I said, you'll still be a heavyweight. Looks as though that may just happen. He says, he can be the best heavyweight in the world. I truly believe that. And I said, you mind if I share that? He said, I don't mind at all. The biggest factor for modern heavyweights is, are you explosive? He is definitely that. And the long arms. And I go, Jim, Usyk's got 78-inch reach. David's only got 74.5. And he goes, if he can get off first and last, he could beat him. So, I mean.
It's the offense and your offense is your defense.
Yeah.
I don't see it, but, I want him. I'm a little disappointed that and I understand why. Bivol vacated, Canelo ducked him, and so he's going straight to cruiserweight, and it's a good fight. But Roy Jones, man, he weighed in, I think, like 193, maybe 199 when he fought John Ruiz, and we saw it took a chunk out of his prime. I'm not convinced David could fight Zurdo and get back down to 75, at least at 100%. And Zurdo, that's cool and all, 2 belts, 3 weight classes, but you'll have. Through no fault of your own, you'll have to go through 2 weight classes where you didn't really get to prove you were the man when you might have been the man. You just didn't get a chance to show it. So I just wish he could get a shot at Bivol for the title,
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It has to be Bivol. You don't want to see him get a shot at
Oh, better be at first. Yeah, either one of them could get it.
Yeah.
So.
I agree with this. Somebody said that that Bivol is Benavidez's kryptonite. I actually agree with that.
I can't. The thing is,
Show me
if the sparring thing didn't happen, I would probably be maybe. But because I don't know, Benavidez's confidence that they sparred, like I don't know when they sparred.
Like 4 years ago, maybe 5. So it was an establised Bivol. This wasn't
Yeah. But man,
it's hard to really
it's the
judge off that.
confidence of his responses when he's talking about the sparring is kind of got me a little. I don't know, bro. So I can't. I'm not gonna say much on that.
And on that, he's grown since then.
Yeah, exactly,
I hear you.
bro.
I hear you.
Peter Berg, Terry Conklin from The Great White Hype. I don't know if you guys have seen Great White. Okay, all right, cool. So remember,
He watches everything, bro.
That Great White Hype. We got to do like a show on it. Well, it's so underrated. It's funny.
100%.
But he said he was there, and he said, Benavidez dropped him on a jab. I think he said. So, but again, we also heard Brian Norman did good against Crawford in sparring. Doesn't mean you're gonna necessarily do this on fight nights.
Yeah.
It's sparring.
We're going to close this in a second. Before we close it, I want you guys to make sure you subscribe to our membership. $9.99. Scroll right down. You see right there. Click on that join button. It's not really a button. You don't really click on it. You more so just touch it with your finger. Just touch it. Touch it real quick. $9.99 a month. Supports the podcast. Everything that we do that's unique, special, that we can't put on an actual show goes right there. I'm headed out to L.A. this weekend to play in the Turkey Bowl, some flag football with the Watsons. They always got some celebrities on the field, always got some celebrities on the court, so you never know who's going to show up. That kind of content is the stuff that doesn't get put on right here so that you can see it. You got to go sign up, become a member. Got some interviews with James Toney on there, but we got a bunch of stuff on there. Interviews I did with Kevin Hart some time ago. A lot of that stuff is right there. Make sure you click. Don't click again. Make sure you just scroll down a little bit, touch that thing, sign up. Also, bit.ly.com/AskTPWP. We want you guys to submit questions to us. We want you guys to just engage with us. 1 minute. And like I said, it's an opportunity for me to show the fans who y'all are, what y'all look like, and what y'all talking about. We got one fan question today. We'll get to that in just a second. But
can we ask Tiger something real quick?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I forgot you wanted him to get to put his chef hat on.
No. Well, I just meant I didn't give him a chance to speak on Benavidez, so I was talking too much. But after seeing Norman and Haney, they're in your weight class. Everybody knows you got a lot of talent. How close are you right now to that level?
Let's run it.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Bro, let's run it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the best welterweight in the world, you feel me? And, like, my last fight, nobody thought I was going to win. You know what I mean? So I just got to keep proving everybody wrong, you feel me? Like, you know.
What's that feeling like for you ahead of that fight?
What was the feeling like?
Yeah.
I knew, I mean, for this fight, I really had a real life chip on my shoulder. I was talking to Shu, you know what I mean? I real life had a chip on my shoulder, man. I was like, man, like y'all tripping, like you feel me, like y'all done, you don't know what you signed up for. Like I literally told his coach, I told Flash's coach, like you just signed your death wish. You feel me? I told his coach, like, bro, that's your ass. Like I literally told him that at the weigh-ins. You feel me? They thought I was playing. You know what I'm saying? So
when you watch other guys, you watched Norman and Haney fight the other night. You know, you've seen a number of these welterweights fight now. Are you seeing anything that they have that you don't have yet? Are you seeing anything that they have that you like, man, I need to be ready to adjust for that?
They would say experience.
They don't got the only thing they can say is they been at that top level. But as far as like skills and ability, you know, they do, watching both of them, they don't have abilities that I have.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to show it. Y'all seen it my last fight, but I still ain't showed everything. You feel me? So I got abilities that a lot of fighters don't have.
My fights came, man, my whole career right on time. The fight I had with Devin Alexander, it was a fight that nobody thought I was gonna win. I don't remember how much of an underdog I was, but people just didn't know me. I was a raw version of me. And then I remember even when I fought Paulie, it was still.
I didn't. I'm like, Devin, yeah. Who's this guy? I ain't gonna lie.
He said, "Who's this guy?"
Word.
And then you asking for my picture on the next
Facts.
one.
Hey, I was in the gym. I was in the gym at Barry's Boxing doing my little amateur thing, and Devin was getting ready for the Juan Urango fight where he knocked him out with an uppercut and unified.
Impressive, yeah.
You know, I know Devin Alexander too. And when at that same time, Andre Durrell was getting ready to upset Arthur Abraham. Everyone thought Abraham was gonna walk through him.
Yeah.
But but the Tiger, the first thing I said.
My point.
Oh yeah, did I interrupt? My bad.
No, I'm sorry, and I'll be quick. My point is, they never know, and it's just up to you and your team to just be confident, knowing that we got what it takes. We're gonna be ready, and we're gonna be 100%. Until you get over that first one, until you have that first one, people they just don't know. They don't know. I can tell everybody what you did to get on an Olympic team and all those kind of stuff, and they're gonna be like, "That's cool."
Right,
It's cool.
right.
He's not ready.
Man,
You know,
dude,
so-
man, that's fuel to me.
Yeah.
Man, it's fuel with me, man. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all can believe or don't believe, but I'm gonna show y'all.
You know, not to interrupt you, bro, but I've been around him for like so long at this point, right? And I feel like, especially when his back is against the wall, bro, he is like super dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been the Junior Worlds. Like he was probably like the third option to get on the team when I think Ryan Garcia went pro and some other guys that was supposed to go on a team, they ended up going pro. So he was able to get his shot to fight in a specific tournament. And his first fight was against a Cuban. And people were already counting him out.
Right.
And he goes out there and wins the whole tournament and just dominates. And then after that, you know, he just continues to make his name. Bro, I'm not getting there. I'm not. You want to talk about? No.
What?
After he won that tournament, he beat me in the tournament. He ended up beating me in the tournament. That was his first tournament in the elite division. He went from the Junior Worlds, won the Junior Worlds, took over that, and now he like 19 coming up. And, you know, he's trying to test himself against the big boys.
Yeah.
And I'm over here like, man, this little dude, he ain't gonna do nothing to me.
Yeah.
But I'm at the same time, I've watched some of his footage, and I'm just like, that boy right hand is a problem.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, but it was a scrap. You know what I'm saying? And he won by split decision. But I knew that, bro, like he fights with a chip on his shoulder. Now to take that going into this last fight here, I knew like he was gonna just be hyper focused on all of the things that the naysayers had to say, all the things he might have done wrong in his past fights. He just dialed in. From round one, he had total control with his jab, with his defense, staying, you know, responsible with his approach, and then picking and choosing when he wanted to be aggressive. He showed a lot of himself, and not even a full package, like you said, but he showed a lot of himself in that fight. And I feel like a lot of people are just starting to get to know Tiger Johnson.
So that brings me. Perfectly fleshed out what I was going to get at. Because I said in the beginning, but that's not the first time I've seen you look like that. You've looked like that before. It's inconsistency sometimes. And Shu is speaking to it. He's saying when you have a chip on your shoulder, you're a different fighter. So how do you do that every time out? Not up and down.
No, I ain't gonna lie though. Like at this point, like, okay, so like even like being on the Olympic team, you know, I had, you know, fights where I won, but it was bad performances or you know, fights where I was really doing what I had to do, like I was me. You feel me? But the consistency thing. So I feel like I'm at a point now where like this last fight did something to me, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like it really did, man. I don't think people understand like the magnitude of like how I felt this last fight. Like it really did something to me. Like when I'm seeing I'm all over the internet. I'm literally seeing everybody saying that I'm gonna get my ass kicked. You feel me? So I'm like, yo, what's going? Like, y'all tripping, man?
How was that feeling, by the way? Because you're usually on the A side. You're usually the favorite. Sometimes even the biggest favorite.
Come on, we gotta go.
You're right. Yeah, you definitely did.
No, I ain't gonna lie though, man. Like.
I just love talk boxing, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes I get caught up.
You out here now, man. We can get you back up in here. We can get you back.
It's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. Like you feel me? Like next year, man, y'all gonna see. Like I ain't, you know.
I mean, welterweight could use even more talent. You know, until the 40s, like T.O. and Shakur's gonna fight T.O. and they come up. You know, 47's cool, but it could use more killers. So
for sure.
Man, I don't give a damn who they put in front of me. Like I don't care. You feel me? Whoever is in the way of me getting that belt or in the way of my success, man, like, you know, they gotta go.
Real quick, man, we lost a champion over the weekend.
Yeah.
Vans
Martirosyan.
Yeah. And I'm actually coming to you. Do you know?
Oh yeah, I got a great memory.
Yeah, go for it.
What was I? 15, not even 14, and me and my boys were gonna go to the Corrales Castillo 3 fight. Castillo blew weight, and Corrales didn't want the fight to be off. Rest in peace to Chico, but he was like, yo, this dude blew weight the second fight. Knocked me out. I'm not doing this again. So Vic Darchinyan, who's Armenian like Vans, is the main event. So we're there at the undercard, and the crowd's going crazy and crazy. Vans. We're like, who is this dude? Vans. But they're like, he's Armenian. He was an Olympian for the United States. And, man, he had that, the whole crowd was there for him. Like, for him and Vic Darchinyan, the Armenians showed up. Yeah. It was everywhere. So I'll always remember that. They were proud of him. You know, what happened in Armenia, I think, with the, you know, I'm not super deep with it, knowledgeable about it, but there was that genocide with Turkey and Armenia and everything. And so a lot of them immigrated to America and the West Coast. So this dude becomes an Olympian for the United States, and his people were very proud of him. And even though I don't think he challenged for the title, fought some world champions, it was competitive. Him and Charlo was super competitive.
Yeah, definitely.
But despite not getting there, his people were incredibly proud of him. And so, you know, rest in peace to Vans Martirosyan.
Right, and then for me, I'll be quick with mine. He was a 2004 Olympian. I was, 03, 02, looking at him, and it was like, after 04, who's next? And at first, it was my brother in the weight class above him, and so I'm looking at his weight class, and I'm looking at him, and I just thought that, so what happens is Kiki, Juan McPherson, and Andre Bertle, they're fighting at the Olympic trials, and there's this big toss-up at the Olympic trials. Kiki goes down, he hurts himself. Bertle, I believe, gets disqualified from the tournament. Kiki can no longer fight. Vanez is next in line. So I remember looking at this dude back in the day, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get him one day. You know what I mean? And he's like, I don't understand at that point. He's 4 years ahead of you. Weight classes, blah, 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 blah. I'm just looking at who's in my weight class, and I'm looking at this dude like, oh, I'll get him, right? So you move on. Now I'm an Olympian in 08, and he's moved on, and he's doing his thing. And because, I don't know, I'm tripping, I still got my eyes on him. Like, I know he's a pro now, and I'm like, I'm coming for you. The same way in 03, I think I'm coming for you in the Olympic. I don't know what the hell was going through my mind. But I end up in L.A., and he was training with Freddie Roach at the time. And again, I never met Vanez, just always heard the name, and I knew the face and all that kind of stuff. I got to watch that dude spar. I never sparred him. I watched him spar one time, and I was like, fight him. I'm good. He's tall. I'm glad you're 4 years ahead of me. Just continue to do your thing. And I instantly befriended this dude. We dapped up, and it was like, I came behind you, man. You know that whole thing.
So that's the thing.
And we dapped up, and I began to just kind of look at him and admire who he was. So again, I want to salute Vanez himself for everything he was able to accomplish as a boxer. Salute his family. God bless you guys. And we are definitely, we have you in our prayers. I'm praying for peace for the family. The motivational message, and then we up out of here. Hey, do y'all recognize this quote? Shut up and fight.
Floyd. Yeah.
Shut up and fight.
Floyd.
Yeah.
Shut up and fight. So, that's my motivational message this week. My motivational message this week is sometimes you just got to shut up and fight. You can't complain about the atmosphere. Can't complain about what didn't happen, what should have happened. The only thing you can do sometimes is just shut up and fight. And what does that mean? That means shut up, live your life, get up and go to work, get up and go to school, get your work done, get everything done, and just be at peace wherever you are in life. The moment you stop fighting is the moment you lose. Shut up and fight. This is the PorterWay.